සම්පත් බැංකුවේ සම්පත් ලීසිං. පොලිය අඩුම පහසුම ලීසිං ගන්න විශ්වසනීය සම්පත් බැංකුව වෙත එන්න. ඕන වාහනයක ඕන වෙන්න සම්පත් බැංකුවේ සම්පත් ලීසිං. පොලිය අඩුම පහසුම ලීසිං ගන්න විශ්වසනීය සම්පත් බැංකුව වෙත එන්න.
Protect every Sri Lankan from generation to generation for a brighter tomorrow. Sri Lanka Insurance Life. Like a father, like a mother.
Toyota Land Cruiser 250 එක ගන්න මං කෙලින්ම ගියේ Toyota Lanka. මොකද පරම්පරා ගානක ට්‍රස්ට් එකක් තියෙනවනේ. ඉතින් මේන්ටනන්ස් ප්‍රශ්න ගැන බයකුත් නැහැ.
Brand new Toyota වාහනයක් නම් Toyota Lanka.
දුර දකින අය ගන්නෙම Toyota. යන්නෙම Toyota Lanka.
හයිලක්ස් එකක් කියන්නෙම ඕනෑම වෙලාවක ඇසට් එක. අමාරුම කාලේ බිස්නස් එක කොට දැම්මේ මගේ හයිලක්ස් එක. මං ආයෙමත් බය නැතුව ගන්නේ හයිලක්ස් එකක්මයි.
ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අපට විශ්වාස Toyota Lanka.
දුර දකින්න අය ගන්නෙම Toyota, යන්නෙම Toyota Lanka.
චෙකප් එකක් කරගන්න අසනීපයක් වෙන්න ඕනේ නෑනේ. කලින්ම ඇවිත් චෙකප් එකක් කරගත්තොත් අසනීපයක් වෙන්න කලින් පරිස්සම් වෙන්න පුළුවන්නේ.
නවලෝක early checkup. කලින් දැනගමු. ලෙඩ රෝග වළකා ගමු. නවලෝක hospitals, Colombo. ඔබ කොතැන සිටියත් නවලෝක ඔන්ලයින් කන්සල්ටේෂන් සේවාව මගින් ඔබට අවශ්‍ය විශේෂඥ වෛද්‍යවරුන් සමග ඔන්ලයින් මාර්ගයෙන් සම්බන්ධවීමේ අවස්ථාව ඇති අතර නවලෝක මොබයිල් සේවාවෙන් ඔබට අවශ්‍ය පර්යේෂණ ඔබ සිටින ස්ථානයටම පැමිණ අප සිදුකර දෙන්නෙමු. නවලෝක ඔන්ලයින් සේවාව. නවලෝක hospitals, Colombo.
මට සීයලා ගෙදර යන්න ඕන. තනියම.
දැන් මගේ දුව ලොකුයිනේ. මල්ලිවත් එක්කගෙන මෑන්න. ඕනෙම වුණොත් මේක බලන්න. නිදහසේ ඔබේ ගමන යන්න. අපි ඉන්නව ළඟින්ම. AIA Insurance.
CDB, 30 years of empowering the financial aspirations of Sri Lankans and powering a smarter and sustainable Sri Lanka.
Hello. රටමාදරය කරන ක්‍රිකට් විස්තර විචාරක ආකාශ් පුතාට මයික්‍රොෆෝනේ බාර දෙනවා.
ඔව් ප්‍රිය ක්‍රීඩාලෝලි හිටවතුනි.
කොහොමද ඔයා මෙච්චර දක්ෂ වුනේ?
ඔයාගේ කටහඬිනුත් දිනන්න පුළුවන් කියලා මට අපේ තාත්තා කිව්වා.
Simco Life. ඔබ අරමුණු හබා යන්න. අවදානම අපි ගන්නම්.
ජීවිතයට හිමි සැනසුම දිස්නේ සුඳුරුම හැඟුමක මතකය ඔස්සේ සෙනෙහස උණුසුම නැත සිත මත්තේ විකසිත දසුනකි සෑම තැන ඇත්තේ චමත්කාරයෙන් සිත් පිනා යමින් සිහින අසිරියක් දිස්නේ ආශ්වාදයෙන් සුන්දරත්වයෙන් සතුටු විශ්මයකි සිත්සේ සෙයින් පිනමින් දරුවන් මිපිලේ අහසක් සොයමින් හදවත් නිගිලේ ජීවිතයට හිමි සැනසුම ඉතිරේ නව ලොව දසුනක් සෑම තැන පැතිරේ චමත්කාරයේ ආශ්වාදයෙන් ජීවන සොම්නස ඉතිරේ
Merino Mall. Shop, dine, thrill.
As Sri Lanka's leading digital-first insurance intermediary, InsureMe serves over 250 corporates and thousands of customers through our B2B, B2C, and partner channels. Building on this foundation, Digis automates insurance and enterprise claims. Digi.ie digitizes motor inspections with 90,000 plus transactions a year. Digimed simplifies 160,000 plus medical claims for corporates and insurers. DigiX streamlines 50,000 plus corporate expense transactions annually, serving more than 60,000 users, with deployments in Sri Lanka and Singapore and expansion to the Middle East and East Asia. Our footprint is growing fast.
Living on the Colombo border offers the best of both worlds. As Prime Group elegantly reveals its newest marvel, the Colombo border. Embark on a voyage of unmatched grace amidst landmarks of serenity and tranquility. You've arrived. With every stride, you get closer to the majestic entrance of your new haven. Step into Colombo border's luxury. As the sun sets, the Colombo border turns into a celestial masterpiece. Dream it, imagine it, and now live it beautifully at Monville. Inspired by French l'art vivre, Monville delivers timeless sophistication, effortless elegance, and private indulgence, set in the residential enclave of Talakatua Gardens, Colombo 5. Apartments starting from 69 million rupees, and the best part, yours from just 136,500 rupees per month. Enjoy strong rental yields, exceptional capital appreciation, and a lifestyle reserved for the discerning few. Call now 0702 777 777. Monville, a project by Prime Residencies.
Since its inception in 1999, South Asia Gateway Terminals, or SAGT, has been instrumental in transforming the Port of Colombo into a global maritime leader. Strategically positioned at the crossroads of the main east and west shipping routes, SAGT has played a crucial role in establishing the port as a beacon of trade and commerce. As Sri Lanka's first public-private partnership container terminal, SAGT has become a vital link in global supply chains, earning its reputation as the most trusted gateway in the Indian Ocean. Starting from its humble beginnings at Queen Elizabeth Quay, SAGT has grown into a powerhouse, consistently surpassing its original design capacity by achieving over 2 million TEUs annually in multiple years. This remarkable growth underscores SAGT's commitment to pushing the boundaries of innovation, efficiency, and sustainability, solidifying its position as a leader in the region's maritime industry.
Phones ඔක්කොම මේකට දාන්න. John T, especially oya.
Give me a second. Score එක check කරනවා.
No phones.
Hi. Score එක කීයද?
85යි.
Overs?
Overs?
Score එක
80.
Wickets කීයද?
Wickets? මගේ ස්කෝර් එක 77යි.
එනම 90යි.
So many scores. මොනවද මේ score?
මේ Soft Logic Life Health Score එක. අපිව healthyව තියෙන ඕන හොඳ ලඩක් හදාගෙන ස්කෝර් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔබත් Soft Logic Life customer කෙනෙක් නම් face එක ස්කෑන් කරන්න. ස්කෝර් එක check කරලා health එක manage කරන්න. දැන් වෙන ලඩක් හැදෙන්නත් කලින් ඔබව බලාගන්නේ Soft Logic Life. ලංකාවේ හොඳම සෞඛ්‍ය රක්ෂණය.
Good morning. It's going to be a great day.
Babe, where's my white shirt? Have you seen my white shirt? Babe?
Come and get it.
Zesta?
Zesta, the art of tea.
For over 86 years, Unilever has reached every corner of Sri Lanka, from bustling cities to quiet villages, uplifting millions of lives. With over 98% of our products made locally and one of the largest ecosystem of partners in the country, we remain committed to improving livelihoods and strengthening communities through our operations and purpose-driven brands. Our sustainability efforts focus on climate, nature, plastics, and livelihoods. At Unilever Sri Lanka, our purpose is to brighten everyday life for all.
With a clear ambition, staying fit and being strong, make it a habit. Taking the right financial decisions, make it a habit. Despite challenges, holding on to joy, make it a habit. Let's embrace progressive habits to keep moving forward, empowering your progress for a fulfilled life. Union Assurance.
Cherishing culture, fostering decades-long trust, innovating and maintaining trusted quality, empowering growth and life. CW Mackey PLC has made a legacy of making Sri Lankan lives richer over the years, creating joyful connections by sharing unique delights, while bringing together families in the beauty of love and ensuring the best for the future. CW Mackey PLC, enriching moments in the lives of Sri Lankans.
We are the heartbeat of Sri Lanka's finance sector, with decades of industry know-how under our belt. A name synonymous with quality and revolutionary solutions anchored in our heritage. LB Finance Premier Centre is the first of its kind, luxurious and still eco-friendly. And here, we see each of our clients as a member of our large extended family. This shared bond has helped us bring greater value to our clients on a personal level. Our energetic team of professionals thrive on assisting you around the clock, giving you the peace of mind to go about your daily activities unhindered. LB Finance Premier. Invest with confidence.
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. For your every need, convenience guaranteed. Let's ride the wave of success together. The trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
This is my temple, this is my mental peace sanctuary. The one thing I can't do without, you better hear me. Can't do without. I can't do without.
The ultimate banking experience is incomplete without Servo 40 Extra from Lanka IOC. Servo 40 Extra from Lanka IOC. Can't do without it.
මිස් ශාන්ති
නෝන කාවත් හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
මං නිහාරිකාගේ යාළුවෙක් කියන්න.
ඒ දරුවට එන්න කියන්න. ඔය දරුවා කවුද?
මිස්ගේ පොත් කියවන්න මට පුරුදු කළේ අපේ අම්මා. නිහාරිකාගේ වගේ මටත් හිටිය අම්මා විතරයි. මේකේ දෙවෙනි කොටස එනකන් මං අවුරුදු ගාණක් බලන් හිටියා.
අසනීප ඇද්දිත් භාගයක් ලියලා.
ඒ පොත එනකන් මම වගේ තව දහස් ගාණක් බලාගෙන ඇති.
කතාව හිතේ තියෙනවා. ලියන්න අත කීකරු නෑ.
පොතක් ලියන්න හිතක් තිබ්බම ඇති. මම මිස්ට අතක් වෙන්නම්.
සුහද හදක් කියන්නේ අභියෝග ඉක්මවා යන්නට ලැබෙන ශක්තියක්. සෙලාන් බැංකුව සුහද හදක් ඇති දේශීය බැංකුව.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to all of you. We're about to get started with our official proceedings, and we are expecting the arrival of our chief guest any moment now. So we'd like to request all of our delegates to please take your seats as we'd like to begin immediately. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will see the arrival of our chief guest, along with the other special invitees and dignitaries, as we are ready for the inauguration of the 46th edition of National Conference of Chartered Accountants of CA Sri Lanka. Would like to request you all to come to your respective seats and be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, arrival of our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakaria, Chief Executive Officer, Minor Hotels, and Group Chief Executive Officer, Minor International. And representing the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, we have the President of CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, Mr. Tishan Subasingha. Vice President CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Chamara Abhiratna, Chairman, National Conference Committee, Dr. Vasama Jayasekara, Chairman, National Conference Technical Committee. And at the same time, we have the alternate chair of the National Conference Committee, Mr. Ashin Jayasekara, Ms. Nishani Pereira, alternate chairperson of the National Conference Technical Committee, Ms. Lakmali Priyangika, Chief Executive Officer, CS Sri Lanka. And at the same time, we are delighted to extend a warm welcome to all the members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed speakers, panelists, and moderators who honor us with their presence this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the ceremonial lighting of the traditional oil lamp. To do the honors of lighting the oil lamp, I'd like to invite the following dignitaries. Our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakaria, CEO, Minor Hotels, Group CEO, Minor International. Representing the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, President, CA Sri Lanka, Mr. Tishan Subasingha, Vice President, CA Sri Lanka, Mr. Chamara Aberatna, Chairman, National Conference Committee, Dr. Vasabha Jayasekara, Chairman, National Conference Technical Committee, Mr. Ashane Jayasekara, Alternate Chairman, National Conference Committee, Ms. Nishani Pereira, Alternate Chairperson, National Conference Committee, and Ms. Lakmali Priyangika, Chief Executive Officer, CA Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka Mata, Abba Sri Lanka, Namo 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 Mata, Sundara Sitarini, Surani Ati Sobhamana Lanka.
very much, everyone. Please be seated. evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to all of you to the inauguration of the 46th edition of the National Conference of the Chartered Accountants, proudly presented by the Institute of Chartered Accountants here in Sri Lanka. This night, this evening, we have gathered here to celebrate the commencement of the nation's most prestigious business summit, a platform that continues to inspire leadership, innovation, and integrity in the corporate world. Ladies and gentlemen, as CS Sri Lanka marks over 65 years of utmost excellence, this conference today stands as a true testament to its unwavering commitment in advancing its profession and shaping the nation's future of the financial landscape.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this conference over the next few days is certainly poised to be a trailblazing gathering indeed, whether it is the thought-provoking discussions on stage or the meaningful connections made off stage. Each participant here is certain to walk away with immense value, and over the next few days we have a lot of insights and ideas to gain, and I'm sure we can't wait to get started on this journey of learning together. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's now officially commence the inauguration of our 46th National Conference with a few welcome remarks. To do the honors of delivering the official welcome address tonight, it's our pleasure to invite on stage the chairman of the National Conference Committee. With your applause, let's welcome Mr. Chamara Aberatna.
Chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, Group CEO of Mine International and CEO of Mine Hotels, Mr. Eshana Kurupu, President of CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Tisan Subasinghe, Vice President, members of the Council, past presidents, CEO of CS Sri Lanka, Mrs. Lakmali Priyangika, Dr. Vasama Jayasekara, Chairman of National Conference Technical Committee, Alternate Chairman of National Conference Committee, Mr. Ashen Jayasekara, and Alternate Chairperson of National Conference Technical Committee, Ms. Nishani Pereira, recipient of our esteemed Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame Awards, representative of our invaluable sponsors, members of the diplomatic community, distinguished speakers, panelists, and moderators, special invitees, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to you all. It is with both an immense honor and a deeply personal privilege to stand before you in this evening as we ceremoniously inaugurate the 46th National Conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. The National Conference of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka has always been more than just meeting of minds. It is a convergence of vision, expertise, and purpose. It is a platform where we come together to explore the future of profession and the businesses, to challenge conventional thinking and to forge new pathways for our country. The National Conference, the flagship event of CS Sri Lanka, has over 4.5 decades been a catalytic force in Sri Lanka's professional landscape. But tonight and next 2 days, we are not just continuing a legacy, we are making history. This year we have achieved the highest number of delegates in the history of this national conference during its 46 years. Nearly 2,100 of you have chosen to be here in person, a powerful testament to the unwavering spirit of our community and your desire for meaningful connection, for networking, and for building the relationships that will shape our collective future. A warm welcome to more than 500 delegates joining with us virtually from all around the world. Together, we are gathering a 2,600 strong and largest and the most vibrant assembly this conference has ever seen during its entire history. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in an era where the world is more connected than ever before. Ideas, innovations, and challenges cross borders in seconds. Yet the true measure of success lies not just in understanding the global trends, but in how we translate those insights into meaningful local action. This year's theme, Uprise, Global Insight, Local Impact, is more than just a slogan. It is a call to action. It reminds us that while we stay informed about the global development, we must also remain deeply rooted in the realities of our communities, our economies, and our people. Whether you are a multinational corporation or a local startup, the ability to adapt global strategies to local contexts is what drives sustainable growth and the long-term relevance. To truly bring this year's theme to life, we knew we needed a keynote speaker and who has not just theorized about it, but has lived it. Our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakar, is such a leader. I have had pleasure of knowing Dilip for a very long time, since the early days when he masterfully expanded the local operation into a global empire. I have witnessed his progress with admiration as he pioneered the journey from Thailand to the world, transforming a regional player into the global powerhouse that is Mine International today. His story is a very embodiment of uprise, as he is the perfect architect to set the tone today and inspire us on how to harness a global insight to create profound local impact. Thank you, Dilip, for journeying here to be with us in this evening. An event of this scale and ambition is not the work of a few, but the culmination of the steadfast support of many individuals. This year, we have been blessed with the highest number of sponsors ever for the National Conference of CS Sri Lanka. I extend our deepest gratitude to all our 5 platinum sponsors of CS Sri Lanka, 14 gold sponsors, 4 silver sponsors, and 4 bronze sponsors and print and media partners for this year's National Conference. Your collective investment fuels this platform for national dialogue. Thank you for being part of the Sri Lanka's largest annual business summit and the trust and continued support to CS Sri Lanka on its journey. Your support has been the backbone of our continuous success of this national conference. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's conference is also a call to action, a call to awaken a shared responsibility. The marketing division of CS Sri Lanka has worked tirelessly over the last few months to ensure this conference resonates across the country and globally. We have laid plans for unprecedented media coverage with partnerships and features across print, digital, and broadcast platforms, ensuring that the powerful ideas born here today and next 2 days will reach every corner of Sri Lanka, and to all our members living here and overseas, and to our stakeholders, and we expect to inspire them all. We have also created a platform allowing the delegates to download and share your memories in social media during this conference as well. I stand here tonight filled with gratitude to every member of our council, led by President Mr. Esana Kuruppu, for continuous guidance and encouragement. Behind the scenes of this successful conference is a team of dedicated individuals who have worked tirelessly over the last 8 months planning, coordinating, and problem solving with remarkable commitment and professionalism. I sincerely appreciate the passionate leadership of Chairman of the National Conference Committee, Dr. Vasaba Jayasekara, commitment, dedication of alternate Chairman of the National Conference Committee, Asin Jayasekara, and alternate Chairperson of the National Conference Technical Committee, Nishani Pereira, and all the members of the board of committees for their unwavering commitment. My sincere appreciation to all the staff of CS Sri Lanka, especially event, technical, IT, and marketing, led by CEO of CS Sri Lanka, for their tireless effort to make this conference a greater success this year. Your attention to detail, adaptability, and unwavering focus on delivering a high-quality experience to all participants have been truly inspiring. Over the coming days, our conference dissects global success stories and translates them into blueprint for local impact. This is not merely a discussion. It is a launchpad for reform, innovation, and collective drive to reshape our nation's destiny and our future. Let us live here not just with new knowledge, but with a renewed commitment to be the architect of Sri Lanka's greater surprise. Once again, I warmly welcome each one of you to the 46th National Conference of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Let's make the next 2 days a time of inspirations, collaboration, and transformation. I wish you all an inspiring and transformative conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Mr. Chamara Abeyratna, who is our conference chair, for his very warm words of welcome, setting the tone for what is sure to be an educational and engaging conference over the next few days. Ladies and gentlemen, as we now continue the evening's proceedings, we have the privilege of hearing from the visionary leader at the helm of one of Sri Lanka's most respected professional bodies. To now do the honors of delivering a few opening remarks, it's my pleasure to invite on stage the President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Heshana Kurupu.
Chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, CEO Minor Hotels and Group CEO Minor International, Mr. Tishan Subasinghe, Vice President, members of the Council, past President, CEO Lakmali Priyangika, Chamara Abeyratna, Chairman National Conference Committee, Dr. Vasaba Jayasekara, Chairman National Conference Technical Committee, and two alternate chairmen, members of the committees, our esteemed Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame recipients, distinguished invitees, speakers, panelists, moderators, sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to all of you. It's my utmost honor to address you this evening on the occasion of the ceremonial inauguration of the 46th National Conference of Chartered Accountants. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, a distinguished Sri Lankan leader in global business, as our chief guest. This year's theme, Uprise, Global Insight, Local Impact, calls for us to rise above the current challenges and use global knowledge to drive positive change in Sri Lanka. As our country continues to rebuild, we are happy to see the economic progress made so far and thankful to the authorities for continuing the difficult journey we commenced after the crisis. This has resulted in as improvement in the country's debt rating. An IMF working paper on Sri Lanka's sovereign debt restructuring notes that from 2028 to 2038, Sri Lanka may pay an extra 150 million to 270 million per year, depending on GDP between 2025 to 2027. If the 3-year average GDP exceeds a particular value, higher payments are triggered annually for a decade. This could total about $2 billion over 10 years. Should we aim for a lower growth to avoid these payments? Not at all. It is expected that economic benefits of a consistently higher growth will offset the impact of increased debt payments and help support the debt payment process starting 2028. We must never fear the cost of progress. The price of standing still is always greater than the price of moving forward. With the recent legislations introduced, such as Public Finance Management Act, Public Debt Management Act, and Central Bank Act, there's a fiscal discipline and more structured approach for public finance management. However, to fully benefit, especially from the first two acts, strong financial management skills are essential. Implementing international accounting standards, establishing effective procurement and investment practices, and developing prudent debt strategies all depend on robust financial expertise within public sector. In 2014, facing economic crisis, the Cyprus government launched a bold initiative to professionalize public sector finance. A comprehensive skill gap analysis revealed that only 7% of finance staff were qualified accountants, far below what was needed for fiscal reform. The government prioritized recruiting private sector accountants to infuse technical expertise, leadership, and culture of accountability. Each ministry's finance team was restructured to include 1 or 2 professional accountants, supported by Treasury with clear reporting lines and reform mandates. This strategic placement ensured consistent financial discipline and improved decision-making. Over time, the proportion of qualified finance professionals in Cyprus rose to 33% by 2022, transforming public financial management. The initiative not only enhanced financial reporting and restored public trust, but also reshaped the identity of government finance roles, embedding pride, professionalism, and sense of national purpose. Cyprus's approach now serves as a global benchmark for capacity building in public finance governance. As per Sri Lanka's Accountant Service Association, there are 1,600 government accountants managing a budget of approximately 7 trillion, and only 38 professionally qualified accountants are currently in the public sector. The CS Sri Lanka approach to this dilemma was different. Through our public sector wing, Association of Public Finance Accountants, we provide capacity building programs like Public Financial Management MBA. I am happy to announce that CS Sri Lanka offered 100% scholarships to 25 public sector accountants and public sector auditors to follow Public Finance Management MBA. In addition to MBA in Public Finance Management, we have been following up with the relevant authorities to introduce a new Chartered Public Finance Accountants, or CPA, as a standard of the service, an acceptable qualification for career advancement of public sector finance employees. The content was developed and syllabus mapping with CA qualification was done 7 years ago. However, we have faced challenges in implementing this up to now. A renewed effort was commenced with the new Secretary to the Treasury, Dr. Harshana Surya Peruma. We are happy to note his positive response by making a request to the Public Administration Department to consider our proposal. We would like to reiterate that CS Sri Lanka is ready to support capacity enhancing of existing public finance employees towards creating professionals in the public sector. a distinctly alternative approach to Cyprus, innovating, not imitating. A nation's future is written not just by its leaders, but by the professionals who hold them accountable. Economic resurgence begins with a strong and trusted financial foundation. Capital markets are the lifeblood of investment and essential for development. For Sri Lanka to attract the capital it needed, our market must be deep, liquid, transparent, and above all credible. This is where our professionals' most sacred duty resides. The numbers we certify are not just ink on paper. They are the foundation upon which investors, both local and global, become stakeholders in our country's future. When we sign an audit report, we are not just expressing an opinion on a financial statement. We are underwriting Sri Lanka's credibility. Trust is not built in a day, but it can be lost in a moment. Our signatures are not just ink, they are a promise to the nation. We are sending a signal to the world that Sri Lanka is a serious jurisdiction where rules are respected and integrity is non-negotiable. Every time we uphold an ethical standard, challenge a questionable practice, or insist on transparency, we are not just doing our job. We are fortifying the very foundation of our economy. We are happy to see the renewed interest to follow CS Sri Lanka qualification. We will reach 40,000 plus active student base at the end of this year. The last time we went beyond 40,000 students was in 2016. We will have 10,000 new students enrolling during the current year, the highest number since 2015. It is encouraging to see that more than 60% of students are from beyond Western Province, and more than 50% are female students, showing the outreach of the qualification and supporting the inclusivity of all the segments. These results stem from initiatives by both the current and previous councils. Sri Lanka introduced the 2030 curriculum this year. The curriculum was designed with consideration for the competencies required of chartered accountants in 2030. It includes new topics and essential enabling skills like AI, data analysis, cybersecurity, and sustainability. In addition, innovative assessments such as capstone modules and video pitching have been introduced to develop strategic, trustworthy professionals who use storytelling to inspire change. We commence the digitization journey that benefit our members and stakeholders. Firstly, the digitization process of the Institute started with UniX project, Unifying Excellence, which aims to transform Institute digital landscape. The project intends to improve efficiency and enhance service delivery for students, members, and other stakeholders. CS Sri Lanka launched CA Audit 360, a cutting-edge digital audit platform designed specifically for small and medium practitioners, or SMPs. It offers a secure cloud-based platform to automate, simplify, and streamline the entire audit process. In addition, we launched the KPO-BPO Forum, making an important step in tapping into the outsourcing opportunities. Members' interest is strong, with many already running successful business that earn millions of US dollars, create jobs, and compete globally. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Conference Committee Chairman, Chama Raberatna, Alternate Chair Ashen Jayasekara, Technical Committee Chair Wasaba Jayasekara, Alternate Chairperson Nishani Pereira, and all the respective committee members. I also commend the CA staff led by CEO Lakmali Priyangika for the remarkable work and dedication. Ladies and gentlemen, The path of the uprise is before us. CA Sri Lanka pledges to be at the forefront of this journey. We will continue to be the anchor of trust, the builder of global bridges, the strengthener of public institutions, and the educator of future-ready professionals. In conclusion, now more than ever, it is time for us to answer the call to action. Let each of us pledge to lead this uprise, starting within our own spheres of influence. Let us rise, not for ourselves, but for a Sri Lanka that is prosperous, resilient, and proud. Let us not be the generation that watch history unfold, but the generation that shaped it. Let us be the professionals remembered as the architects of Sri Lanka's great resurgence. Thank you very much.
Across the world, nations are rising. Bold ideas are shaping economies. Technology is redrawing borders, and ambition is breaking barriers. But while the world races ahead, the question remains, where will we stand? We, the pearl of the Indian Ocean, hold more than just a place on the map. We hold possibility, a possibility to scale new heights, to turn resilience into legacy, to transform disruption into opportunity. We need to dare to play bigger. We need to turn global shifts into our winning strategy. From volatile geopolitics to trade rivalries lies the chance to become a neutral, resilient hub, building bridges across regions. What if we transformed our local strengths into global advantage? Our creativity, our talent, our spirit, from homegrown to world known, from local excellence to global recognition. The future is not waiting. Digital horizons are here. With courage, vision, and innovation, we can reimagine business, embrace technology, and create impact that transcends borders. Are we ready to elevate our vision, empower our people, and emerge stronger than ever? To harness global insight, fuel it with local strength, and transform challenges into bridges of opportunity. This is the moment to shape a legacy that outlives us, a legacy that inspires generations to come. This is not a moment just for us, but for a nation's call. Uprise, global insight, local impact. 46th National Conference of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka.
Thank you very much, President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshana Gurupu. So with that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to talk about the technical committee sessions that will take the center stage during the next 1.5 days. To share the synopsis of the technical content of the next 2 days, it gives me great pleasure to call upon the man behind the brains. Please welcome the chairman of the National Conference Technical Committee, Dr. Vasabha Jayasekara.
Good evening, Excellencies, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember right, about a year ago, we discussed about a theme. We talked about Big M. Of course, you will get many things when you see this M. But this time, we wanted to extend a little bit on what we have done last year. Last year, we discussed marching beyond margins. Margins, as we all know, about numbers. on a daily basis, as I told you last time, turnovers, gross profits, FDIs, profit, tax, all that numbers reflected margins, that reflect margins. We wanted to see beyond margins last year, which means we agreed numbers are outcomes. We wanted to investigate causes. So basically in the big M, we discussed 4 pillars at the time about the causes. We talked about external environment, we talked about governance, we talked about technology, and so on and so forth. So if you see, we thought from the technical committee standpoint and for the benefit of the members to extend a little bit more on this path. As a result, we were trying to see the world from a different perspective. We chartered accountants, we are good at finance, accounting, taxation, auditing, and so on. So this time, under global insight, we would like to understand, in theory we call pestle factors, political, economic, social, technological, environmental, legal factors in the global insight segment. Why we wanted to understand the environment is, again, as we discussed in the last time, to understand causes. Causes in great detail. So all these areas will be discussed during the sessions starting from tomorrow. And then comes the local impact. Local impact can be direct from global situations. It can be direct impacts coming from global situations, and it can be indirect also. Let's say, for example, Mr. Trump is putting a tariff on Sri Lanka, a percentage on certain exports. That's going to be a direct impact. It's going to be impacted locally. Let's say if something happens in Gaza and Suez Canal is closed and we have to take a U-turn to reach to Europe in our exports or maybe imports to Sri Lanka from Europe or whatever the country, there'll be an indirect impact coming to the country in terms of logistics, time taken, cost. And also there can be other opportunities for other nations in Africa because now they are touching those ports as a result. So local impact is, in theory, SWOT. Simple. It can be a SWOT for you, SWOT for me, SWOT for an individual, SWOT for a company. It can be SWOT for the country. And when you analyze those two areas, pestle and SWOT, what is stemming out, what is coming out from these two models is nation's competitiveness. This is basically a famous diamond model, Porter's diamond model. There you talk about factor conditions, demand, rivalry, related industries, so on and so forth. The other day we discussed about Taiwan. Taiwan is the largest semiconductor manufacturers in the world. They manufacture about 60% of semiconductors to the world for various different applications. It can be for robotics, it can be for AI, in various different areas. So there are certain factors they have developed over time, likewise Germany, likewise China, various different countries have various different factor conditions. So that's basically nation's competitiveness, ladies and gentlemen. So you have now 3 pillars. Since I'm coming from a technical committee, I have to talk about a little bit of technical stuff here, you know. So those are the 3 theories. And from these 3 models, if you see, as I told you, this is basically what is really available for us for discussion. So it's basically understanding of the global situations, local conditions, global situations, impact. You can see 2 arrows, direct impact, indirect impact. It actually resonates, direct and indirect. So now, okay, you know these things. So what are you going to do? Do nothing? We have 2 choices. Do nothing or do something about it. That is why we call what is stemming out from these 3 things is uprise call to action. So uprise is action. In theory books or in news or in YouTube, you gain a lot of knowledge. But what is the use? Maybe over a cocktails you can talk about a little bit of those things. And we are good in doing that also. But what is take home? What can we take from these things? Is basically call to action, that's uprise. In doing so, we have found, as our annual conference committee chair discussed, told, a very unique personality, none other than Mr. Dilip Rajakarya. Thank you very much, sir, for coming and trying to share your views on the global situations. You are coming from a Thai-based company, joined as a CFO, become a CEO and a global CEO, had gone through all the processes what I was talking. I was told he was not just reading and understanding these theories, but he actually wanted to act on it, and he acted on it, and that is why he is here with us to share his knowledge and experience. And then comes we are going into a little bit deeper into these global insights. We found very unique lady and gentleman. Ladies, Mrs. Antonia, she is an academic, scholar, specialized in Asian region geopolitics. When you say Asian region, you cannot underestimate China, India, Far East, and all these countries. And then comes Professor Patrick Mendes. He is currently serving the White House and also worked for various different presidents in the US. Coming from Polonnaruwa, in the district of Polonnaruwa, Professor Patrick is around, and he had done a great deal in acquiring knowledge and transforming those knowledge into action. And then Mr. Harsha Basnayaka is a very experienced risk and a strategy person from Ernst & Young, was sitting in Singapore and now sitting in London. So they bring wealth of experience, wealth of knowledge in global insights. And this session is going to be moderated by a very well-known business person, Mr. Murtaza Jafferji. And then comes, now you remember this, you have to remember these variables a little bit, okay? Comes from the global scenarios to the local situations. In discussing local situations, so what is the meaning, why we should discuss local situations? There are so many businesses in Sri Lanka who are interested in doing business in foreign terrains. So we would like to understand from the Sri Lankan standpoint how these businesses are carried out, how should we do better, how should we go overseas, how should we invest in other countries, should we restrict our investments in Sri Lanka, or should we invest in Europe, should we invest in Indonesia, should we invest in Turkey, and various different countries. So, in doing so, we would like to revisit and visit these gentlemen along with them in this session to understand local impacts from local point of view. Of course, we wanted to add a little more flavor into this discussion, and we brought young Kavini Indurua, who is an aerospace engineer working for Jaguar, would like to share her thoughts, share her experiences, being a Sri Lankan, working in UK, how she sees businesses happening elsewhere so that she can bring some learnings for Sri Lankan businesses to go overseas. So we have Yasas Vishuddhi Abhay and also we have Mr. Rajitha Karyavasam, Director Haley's PLC. He's a tough negotiator. He's a very successful business person in doing business from Sri Lanka and also from overseas for overseas clients. And along with them, Dr. Naveen Gunawardana will be moderating the session. Then comes when we are working on these two terrains, there are two things we cannot ignore. One is digitalization. Digitalization is a very important thing in doing a successful business. May it be a small boutique, may it be a multinational company, without digitization, going overseas is just a dream. Therefore, we brought few individuals here. Again, another lady. I should start from a lady. She's Anjana. She was ex-KPMG, was working in Singapore on analytics and tools, compliance and ethics and so on, in this digital world. So we brought her down from UK, and along with her, Sachindra Chulanga is Chief Transformation Officer at Hemas. And the panel will be moderated by, we call it the king of e-commerce in Sri Lanka, none other than Mr. Dulit Herath. And number two ingredient in doing this business As I told you, digitization is one thing when you are connecting these local situations into global situations. Number two is branding. We believe, I'm sure all of you will believe, without making a brand out of a product, we will not succeed. Therefore, we wanted to learn a little bit more on branding. Branding can be in many different folds. Personal branding is one thing, number one. Number two is product. Number three is corporate. Number four is nation. So there are various different levels of branding. We wanted to begin with personal branding. So we brought Anudhi Gunasekara, the most beautiful in 2024, for the conference in 2025. So we would like to understand from her how she created this personal branding, a character to the world stage. Because, ladies, we definitely need to take our brands overseas. Our country's size is more or less $80 billion. And if we operate in Sri Lanka, we have to be smaller than 80 billion, more or less, plus or minus $80 billion. And we cannot go beyond. The way to go is go overseas. There are so much of opportunities available, and if you go overseas, you can make yourself bigger than 80 billion rupees. There are so many companies, if you Google, there are so many companies who have surpassed $80 billion. So Anudhi, as a personal branding point of view, she had taken us to the global stage. Number two, Joel is a founder of Carnage, would like to share his thoughts about branding and to take brands overseas. Vikum is the CEO, founder of Santani, will also share. He's a successful hotelier. We'll talk about from a Sri Lankan standpoint. Dilip will talk from Thailand and from European standpoint, how he can build the brand, how they have done it. But from Sri Lankan standpoint, how he kind of wanted to take these brands forward and maybe lessons for us. And this will be moderated by one of the chartered accountants, Mr. Moise Remanji. And from there, we have a very interesting segment about the diamond. So diamond is very important. If you can remember last time, we had a similar segment. Of course, we discussed about local situations. We brought all the living presidents to the stage. And I believe it was an exciting learning for all of us, because we wanted chartered accountant to be a well-rounded person, a good listener, a good strategist, a good implementer. So therefore, last time we did that, and this time we wanted to change the gear a little bit in a different way according to the theme, to bring few distinguished personalities. Few of them are physically present. Ambassadors from Bangladesh, Malaysia, European Union, Indonesia, and from Turkey. There are so much of lessons for us to Sri Lanka to learn from these ladies and gentlemen. So that is really a test of diamond for the nation Sri Lanka. So please be tuned to these sessions. This is going to be very interesting, very important for all of you. With that, we are going to make a real uprise. Johan Pires has climbed. The first time he failed. Second time, he climbed the Mount Everest. 29,029 feet. He climbed. And also, he completed 7 peaks. And he is the only Sri Lankan who had completed 7 peaks. So, ladies, gentlemen, he is prepared to take us to the summit. So my invitation from the technical standpoint on behalf of the technical committee, Lady Alternate Chair and my fantastic team, we worked hard in putting this conference to a exciting event. So my invitation to all of you is, we have lots of theories, lots of models, lots of news, but it is time that we make these knowledge, these theories into action. That's basically uprise. Last time we marched, it was not a walk, it was a smart walk, that is march. This time, ladies, gentlemen, is a vertical march. That's uprise. Thank you. Enjoy the sessions.
Thank you very much, Chairman of the National Conference Technical Committee, Dr. Wasabal Jayasekara, for that insightful presentation on the technical sessions lined up for the next 2 days. So with that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for one of the highlights of this evening's gathering, the inauguration of the 46th edition of the National Conference of Chartered Accountants, proudly presented by CS Sri Lanka. And it's time to call upon our chief guest to address the gathering. And it's no doubt, obviously, he will set the tone for the discussions and reflections that will follow throughout this year's conference.
Allow us now to officially introduce our chief guest to you. Mr. Dilip Rajakaria is the Group CEO of Minor International and CEO of Minor Hotels, presiding over one of the world's largest and fastest growing hospitality companies. The group had a portfolio of 12 hotels concentrated in Southeast Asia when Mr. Dilip joined in 2007 as Chief Finance and Investment Officer. Since taking the reins of Minor Hotels as CEO in 2011, he has been instrumental in driving the company's rapid global expansion, and today he oversees more than 530 properties in 56 countries across a growing portfolio of globally recognized hotel and lifestyle brands. A seasoned hotelier, Mr. Dilip's background in finance and IT made him an advocate for using technology to enhance operational efficiencies and help position Minor as an industry trailblazer in digital transformation. He was appointed Group CEO of Minor International in early 2020, just before the COVID-19 pandemic. He steered the company through the crisis, leading it to achieve record financial results in 2022. He continues to drive Minor Hotels' global expansion with a focus on growing the NH Hotel Group brands in new markets. Mr. Dilip completed his MBA in the UK and spent over 20 years in London before relocating to Bangkok to join Minor Hotels. As Group CEO of Minor International, he also oversees the group's food and lifestyle businesses, comprising around 2,500 dining outlets and nearly 400 retail points of sale worldwide. He's responsible for the company's overall strategy across all business units, including corporate shared services such as legal, IT, and finance, as well as talent development and business culture.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Chief Executive Officer, Minor Hotels, Group Chief Executive Officer, Minor International. Please welcome Mr. Dilip Rajakaria.
Wow. I'm speechless, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the committee, excellencies, and a room full of brain power here, maybe much more than me. Welcome to the Chartered Institute of the Chartered Institute's anniversary and the conference today. The picture you saw about me, like I don't look like Miss World or Miss Sri Lanka, that was before COVID, and this is after COVID. And actually, the technical chair, he talked about the M, the big M. Last year was your theme, and this year your theme being uprise. I come from a small M, and it's called Minor. And the reason we are Minor is that our company was founded by our founder who was a miner. And the good thing was, during COVID, we lost about $1 billion in 18 months, and I just became a CEO. So I took the fall for it. But the good thing was no one could downgrade our stocks anymore because we were already Minor. So if the company was called Major, I'm sure they would have called us or they would have downgraded us as Minor. So anyway, on that note, I'm totally honored and humble enough to stand before amazing group of people to look at a little bit like a global local story, and I will try to keep you entertained for the next 20 minutes. I will try. So before I begin, I have a confession actually to make. I'm a little nervous standing in front of a room full of accountants, and CEOs like me are known for dreaming big, sometimes stretching the vision a little bit. But accountants like you keep us grounded, and sometimes brutally so. So don't worry, everything I say tonight has been thoroughly vetted for IFRS compliance and for audit accuracy as well. So the world of economy today is not calm anymore, as we all know. It's an ocean, and it's moving faster than ever. So to make sense of it, at least we talked about pestle in terms of the geopolitics we have, the climate today. It's reshaping the trade routes today and the alliances, the US-China tensions, Indo-Pacific strategies, the resurgence of regional blocs, the power of being rebalanced. And I think Sri Lanka is positioned at the heart of the Indian Ocean, and it's on the front line of this realignment. From an economic perspective, I think we have seen the inflationary shocks, which sadly Sri Lanka went through a few years ago, and some of the supply chain disruptions, which reminds us that these crises, that resilience is now an important part of your growth. And capital flow today is not just an opportunity, but it's stability and trust. And we also talk about the social impacts, but more importantly, on the technological side, AI, blockchain, and the digital platforms have rewritten the rules for strategy, for technology, and also for transformation. A small app in Colombo can serve as a market in Sydney, while cyber threats and data governance actually redefine our competitiveness as much as our infrastructure today. So the environment, the green strategy is not optional anymore. ESG is not just a reporting exercise. It is the price of entry into the global markets. Climate change and the risks today are rewriting some of the supply chains and the sustainability of becoming a currency. This is as opposed to some people claiming that there is no climate change. Related and supply supporting initiatives, tourism, apparel, IT, logistics, agriculture, they exist, but need deeper linkages and innovation in clusters. So how do we innovate from being a producer to a brand builder? Sri Lanka is well known to be a producer and not a brand builder today. Everyone claims Sri Lanka is a pearl in the Indian Ocean. And sometimes, as the speakers were saying, how do you make that pearl shine a bit? And how do you make sure that the pearl doesn't turn into a stone? So I see lessons from Sri Lanka which can embrace. When I look at Minor International, the growth journey. So at Minor Hotels today, we operate in 3 segments: the hotels, the food, and the lifestyle. And I think some of the introductions about Minor International and myself was a true uprise. But most of you guys here, not many people know me, but most of you know me as the brother of Suren Rajakarya. So I take fame on that. So how do we innovate and become producers, and how do we become brand builders? So when I actually entered Minor International, we were a food company. And our first venture was to bring pizza to Thailand. And as you know, the Thais don't like cheese, and not many Thais like pizzas. But we did bring pizzas to Thailand. And we franchised one of the big global names from the US, which is the pizza company, and it was a hit. We retained the top spot as a brand, entering the market which challenged us. Fast forward to 2001, we parted ways and we built our own brand, which is now called the Pizza Company. We did things different. The brand quickly differentiated itself from its rivals with fresh, innovative approach in terms of pizzas, appealing to the Thai palate, and also for the tourists who visit Thailand as well. And we quickly overtook our previous partner in that top spot. It remains the most loved pizzas in Thailand today, and now we've started to even franchise the brand outside Thailand. So if there is one industry which can be a springboard to global recognition, it is tourism. Sri Lanka is not just another island destination. It is a living museum. It's a wellness sanctuary and an adventure playground wrapped all into one little pearl in the Indian Ocean. Few nations, often so much within a single journey, can see amazing beaches, fantastic wildlife, amazing culture, culinary experience, the Ayurvedic, the wellness proposal, tea country experience, and most importantly, the warm wealth of hospitality that cannot buy from Sri Lanka being Sri Lankans. So, to transform this potential into a global positioning, I have been fighting this fight for the last so many years in terms of really bringing Sri Lanka to the limelight. You know, how do we move from price to value? Sri Lanka is known as a discount destination or value destination. They talk about price, price, price. It's always discount, discount, discount. And it starts from the top. Because from the top, people talk about we're going to achieve 2 million tourists. Guess what? The 2 million tourists are not adding anything to your GDP. You know, how do we talk about value tourism? And how do you bring those high-end, high net worth customers or your guests who will come, make sure the sustainability of this country is maintained, make sure the local economies are thriving, make sure that the people are earning well, and make sure they're spending well too. So learn from some of the countries which have really led from being a price-sensitive touristic destination to a value proposal. You know, we talk about discounts all the time. For example, if you look at Thailand last year, we were privileged enough to have White Lotus, which was filmed in our hotels in Thailand. And you know the power, we call it the soft power. And the soft power is amazing. It totally transformed the country from being just a discount destination to a value destination where we have seen our rates increasing by more than 40%. In Sri Lanka, I think Sri Lanka is one of the cheapest destinations where you can buy a hotel room for maybe $60 a night. For $60, I cannot travel from London to Birmingham. It will cost me more. And that's how Sri Lanka has been positioned. How do you build a national brand? You know, tourists don't buy hotels. They buy a story. And the story must be consistent, it must be powerful, and more importantly, it must be aspirational. And that's what guests want, and that's what guests are looking for. You know, I had a terrible experience last night when I arrived in Sri Lanka, you know, and I will share this with you. So I came on Emirates from the Middle East. Business class was full. Economy was full as well. And I had a fast track which was kindly organized by the Institute. They paid $50 per person, so there was 4 of us. It cost $200. And guess what? They took us through this line, through what's called business class. There was one guy seated there, and there was about 40 people on business class waiting, because there was few flights that arrived before me. And the same business class queue was also used for the crew as well. So the crew kept coming, and they kept going, and we had to stand for about an hour. This is not seamless tourism. This is painful tourism. And I said to the lady, I said, you're providing a business class, you're providing an economy service for a business class fare. It's totally disappointing. And I think this is something we really need to change our mindset and see how do we make Sri Lanka a seamless destination, and how do we bring the value tourism to Sri Lanka as well. Invest in infrastructure, training, airports, roads, yes, but also training in people and in service. Sustainability as a strategy. The next generation of travelers will choose destinations that care and enforce sustainability as well. I think Sri Lanka can lead into what we call ecotourism, and also what's based on what we call community tourism and wellness travel as well. If we get it right, tourism will not just only bring foreign exchange, which is badly needed for Sri Lanka. It will also rebrand the nation itself, positioning Sri Lanka globally as a place of authenticity, as a place of wellness, and as a place of resilience. So when we talk about resilience, authenticity, and all this, I think you as accountants, you know your numbers really well. I always say, if you cannot measure, you cannot manage a business. And you're the flag holders to ensure that years ago, the accountants were called bean counters, and today, the accountants are called business partners. And how do you drive that, the pallbearer? Everyone is wearing a red tie today, and I think there is a meaning for it. You have to raise the red flag. If your CEOs start to dream too much, and if your CEOs are not following the strategy, and also looking ahead to see what obstacles we have. During COVID, as I said, so we took a bold step in 2018. So at that time, on the hotel side, we had 120 hotels. And we were looking at an acquisition of buying 385 hotels. That's 3 times the size of us. And the market cap was more than twice. So I went to the board and I said, you know what? We have a fantastic opportunity here to become a truly global company. Minor, because we were very strong in the regions. We were very strong in Asia, Middle East, Africa, Australia, China. But we had not much, we didn't have much footprint in the US, Europe, and the South America regions as well. So when I went to the board, our board thought I was crazy. I was dreaming. But I said, look, this is our plan. The reason, if you really want to go global, from being a local company or a regional company, this is what we should be doing. And, when you're really passionate enough, you can drive anything. Sometimes I become too passionate with our auditors. Sometimes they don't like me. IFRS, they call IFRS as DFRS. It's Dilip, my financial standards. But that's because we think outside the box. a little bit. Sometimes you have to be creative, right? So anyway, with a lot of perseverance and with a lot of passion, the board approved, and we did the acquisition. And what was seen as the best deal ever in 2018, when we acquired NH, became the worst deal ever, and it became a nightmare in COVID. All our hotels were shut. All our restaurants were shut. We lost $1 billion in 18 months, and I became the CEO. It's a great story, right? But always I say, it's not how you fall. Yes, we all fall. Yes, we all make mistakes. But it's all about how quickly you rebound. And to everyone's surprise, we rebounded within a year. And today, Minor has become, every quarter we announce our numbers, which are much stronger than way before COVID. And today the company has become a truly global company. But it's all about believing the passion, believing in yourself, taking risks. To take risk and to fail is not a failure. But if you don't take a risk, then you fail. So I think there are quite a few things, like, personally, it's not my story. I think it's a Sri Lankan story, which I would like to share in front of this audience. And also to look at your theme today, which is called Uprise. So the global insight is about always scanning the horizon. Local impact is about sharpening our strengths. But neither matters unless you act fast with agility. How do we think global? And this is what, Minor has done to a great extent. If Minor didn't dream to be a global company, today the hotel company is the 10th largest global hotel company in the world, with over 85,000 rooms. So we actually have 85,000 guests a day. And therefore, it's made us a truly global company, because we always think global, global, global. Now, so to solve a Sri Lankan problem so well that world comes to the calling, whether it's fintech, whether it's health tech, whether it's agri-tech, or sustainable fashion, the local solution can be a global benchmark. Networks are the new capital source. Using digital platforms, diaspora connections, and partnerships to springboard beyond Sri Lankan shores. Remember this, the journey from local to global is not about leaving Sri Lanka behind. It's about carrying Sri Lanka with you as your brand, as your story, and your strength. So, and to every young entrepreneur here today, listening tonight, don't wait for permission. Don't wait for best conditions. Begin small, but begin bold, because today, in your world, Sri Lanka, the idea can travel further and faster and wider than ever before. Sri Lanka has always been a nation of resilience. The amount of upheaval Sri Lanka has gone through in the last so many decades, but resilience has always been there. The people always been content, and people are always satisfied. It's important because from where I come from, in Thailand, for the last 20 years, we've had uprisings every year, from the tsunamis to the SARS to red shirt to the yellow shirt to the political crisis to the bombs to everything. Everything was thrown at us. Every year there was a crisis. I always say crisis creates opportunities. So in 1 year, if there is no crisis, we are a little bit sad. We think, what's happened? Has the world changed? Why isn't there a crisis? But we have got so adapted to these crises. We are so resilient. We bounce back really fast. And that's important. And sometimes, we have this habit of sitting and talking about things which are beyond our control. Can we change the political landscape today? Don't try. Can you change Mr. Trump in the US? Don't even go there. Can you change, what's happening globally? No. But there are things within your control and within our control which can be changed, which will make a huge impact. So focus on the things which we can change. Focus on the things which we can control. Always expect the unexpected. No one thought COVID is going to come and cripple us for 2 years. Always expect the unexpected. Take a risk. But if you fail, fail fast. But act quick. So I like to think my journey reflects that the same resilience. So I was born here in Sri Lanka, and I was educated here, both in here and also in the UK, and moved to Thailand, which is, people call it, here people call it the taste of paradise. We call it amazing Thailand. India calls it amazing India, which always amazes you. And then we grew step by step. So today, I'm humbled and privileged enough to lead a global company as a CEO, and it's just not my story. I'm proud to say that it's a Sri Lankan story. It shows no matter where we start, with resilience, adaptability, and courage, we can rise to global leadership. There are some amazing Sri Lankan global leaders today. Amazing talent. Here when I look at the room full of 1,400 or 1,600 chartered accountants, I'm sure it must be the largest chartered account or the accountants in the world. I think even SEMA, in the old days, SEMA used to say Sri Lankan was the second highest, the best. If you want to get the best accountants, go to Sri Lanka. I always say this. When we open hotels, I'm not biased. I always say, if you want the best accountants, go get someone from Sri Lanka. They're the best. Because they work hard. They're very passionate. They have to be, sometimes you have to take them and polish them around the edges a little bit to give them the global perspective, but they learn fast. So today, let me leave you with a smile as well. So CEOs may set a vision, but accountants make sure we don't spend the entire budget chasing our vision. So you are the balance between what we call ambition and reality, between dreams and discipline. So let us be the generation which ensures Sri Lanka is not known as a pearl of the Indian Ocean, but also a diamond which shines, and as a beacon of resilience, innovation, and more importantly, integrity as well. So if we rise together, I'm not talking about rising against anyone. I'm talking about your uprise. If we rise together today with vision, integrity, and yes, with a little bit of humor, Sri Lanka has the best chapter yet to be written. So on that note, again, I'd like to thank the audience for listening to me. I hope I kept you entertained for the last 15 or 20 minutes. I thank you for listening and enjoy. You have a wonderful set of panelists, amazing group, including Miss Sri Lanka there, which I may quote, but some amazing panelists. And I think it's quite a nice, I was saying to Chamara, it's amazing balance, not focusing too much on numbers, because you already know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you shouldn't be qualified. You shouldn't be here. But because you know your numbers, you're here. And I think to have that flavor of the other moving parts of the world, to understand what innovation is about, to understand what technology is about, to understand a little bit about lifestyle and fashion, to understand about hospitality, to understand about world politics from world leaders, I think it's great. So it makes you a well-rounded person who can become a true leader, shaping the global stage and becoming a CEO or even an entrepreneur or a founder of some of the big global enterprises and take a local Sri Lankan brand globally and make us proud. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would like to call upon Mr. Rajakarya once again on stage, please. Along with President CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, Vice President CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Tishan Subasinghe, Chairman, National Conference Committee, Mr. Chamara Beratna, Alternate Chair, Technical Committee, National Conference, Dr. Vasamba Jayasekara, Ms. Lakmali Priyangika, Chief Executive Officer, CS Sri Lanka. Can we have all of you on the stage, please? Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, we are ready to present Mr. Dilip Rajakarya with a very special token of appreciation.
Being brought forward, presented to our chief guest this evening. Let's put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen, as we say a big thank you to Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, CEO, Minor Hotels, Group CEO, Minor International.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'd like to request you all to go back to your respective seats as we are ready to enjoy a very special performance by members of NADRI.
For over 65 years, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka has stood at the forefront of professional education, inspiring a future built on transformation and excellence. Established in 1959 by an Act of Parliament, CA Sri Lanka has played a pivotal role as the national body of accountants in developing skilled and ethical professionals who contribute to national progress and global excellence. CA Sri Lanka is the sole accredited authority in the country responsible for setting accounting, auditing, and sustainability standards in alignment with international financial reporting standards. CA Sri Lanka has produced over 9,000 chartered accountants and 28,000 mid-level accountants. Today, more than 38,000 students are following the Chartered Accountant qualification, making CA Sri Lanka the preferred destination for accounting education in the country. CA Sri Lanka is a proud member of prestigious global and regional accounting bodies. Chartered accountants produced by CA Sri Lanka are highly respected across the globe, holding influential leadership positions in over 50 countries. At CA Sri Lanka, we don't just educate, we empower young minds and trailblazers to ignite, innovate, and shape purposeful futures. We offer a diverse portfolio of qualifications designed to cultivate visionary leaders, skilled professionals, and ethical change makers who are ready to make a meaningful impact both locally and globally. We believe that every deserving student should have the opportunity to pursue their dream of becoming a globally recognized professional. To support this vision, the CA Foundation was established in 2010. To date, over 1,660 scholarships have been awarded to high-achieving and financially deserving students. To enhance global mobility of our chartered accountants, CA Sri Lanka enjoys reciprocal agreements with leading global accounting bodies. CA Sri Lanka also has MOUs with a wide network of academic institutions across Sri Lanka. CA Sri Lanka has established a strong global presence through its overseas chapters, which serve as vital hubs for members living and working abroad. These chapters are located in Australia, Bahrain, Canada, Ireland, Kuwait, New Zealand, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom. The SAB campus, established in 2013, serves as the transformative academic arm of CA Sri Lanka. Currently, over 2,000 undergraduates are studying. The SAB campus offers 2 flagship degree programs with 2 years of mandatory practical training: BSc Honours in Applied Accounting and BMGT Honours in Business Analytics. The CA Business School offers a wide range of locally and globally recognized qualifications, including MBAs, postgraduate diplomas, executive programs, certificate courses, and upskilling programs. The Association of Public Finance Accountants of Sri Lanka, which is the public sector wing of CA Sri Lanka, is dedicated to enhancing the professional skills of public sector accountants, auditors, and assessors. Key initiatives of APFASL range from the introduction of the Chartered Public Finance Accountant CPFA qualification, launch of the Master of Public Finance Management degree, and implementing the Sri Lanka Public Sector Accounting Standards. Our specialized faculties, the Tax Faculty, IT Faculty, and Multimedia English Language Center, provide expertise in taxation, information technology, and English language proficiency. Every year, we proudly present 2 flagship events that embody its dedication to excellence and leadership. Since 1979, the National Conference of Chartered Accountants has stood as Sri Lanka's most influential business summit. The TAGS Awards, established in 1964, honor outstanding corporate reporting that champions transparency, accountability, governance, and sustainability to build trust in the corporate sector. CA Sri Lanka drives economic transformation through the KPO BPO Forum, uniting leaders to position Sri Lanka as a regional hub for knowledge and business process outsourcing. Our digital engagement and streaming platform, CA Connect, serves as your gateway to expert insights and meaningful discussions. Through this dynamic platform, we deliver a series of programs designed to inform, inspire, and engage. CA Audit 360 is a cutting-edge solution designed to automate, simplify, and streamline the audit process for SMPs. With CA Audit 360, SMPs can digitize their workflow, boost efficiency, cut costs, and manage time and storage more effectively, all within a secure cloud environment. The CPD Online Academy empowers continuous learning. Responsibility guides us. Our CSR initiatives reflect our commitment to community well-being and a greener tomorrow. With over 65 years of dedicated service to the nation, CA Sri Lanka has become a cornerstone of professional excellence, ethical leadership, and global relevance in the accounting arena. Rooted in a proud legacy and driven by a bold vision for the future, we remain committed to innovation, sustainability, and transformative education and professional excellence. As we continue to empower generations of professionals, CA Sri Lanka proudly embraces the role as a catalyst in shaping the future of business and finance, while helping build resilient industries, advancing economies, and inspiring leadership across borders.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that wonderful look into the brilliant initiatives of CA Sri Lanka, we now come to a key highlight of this evening's proceedings. For more than 6 decades, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka has consistently produced exceptional chartered accountants who have played an inspiring role in providing leadership to the Institute, the accounting profession, the corporate world, and our nation. In recognition of the outstanding and visionary leaders who have been integral to the Institute since its inception in 1959, CA Sri Lanka introduced the Lifetime Achievement Award and the Hall of Fame. This initiative is designed to pay tribute to the outstanding contributions made by such members spanning many decades. This year, a distinguished member of CA Sri Lanka will be awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award, and another 4 esteemed members will be inducted to the CA Sri Lanka Hall of Fame for the year 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Riaz Biola, Chairman of the Hall of Fame and Lifetime Achievement Committee and the past President, is currently unable to be with us this evening owing to his overseas commitments, and he sends his heartfelt congratulations, best wishes for a successful 46th National Conference, and extend his congratulations and blessings to all the award winners. And it is now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Arjuna Herath, past President and the member of the Hall of Fame and Lifetime Achievement Committee of CS Sri Lanka, to join us on stage to recite the citations of all our Hall of Fame inductees and to do the honors in presenting Hall of Fame and Lifetime Achievement Award. I would like to call upon on stage Mr. Heshanu Kuruppu, President CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Tishant Subasinghe, Vice President CS Sri Lanka, Ms. Lakmali Briangika, Chief Executive Officer, CS Sri Lanka. Can we have all of you on stage, please?
President, council members, past presidents, chief guests and distinguished guests, and it is my honor and privilege to present to you the inductees to the Hall of Fame and the Lifetime Value Award, and to read the citation on them. Our first inductee to the Hall of Fame 2025 is a distinguished chartered accountant whose career spans continents and sectors, marked by visionary leadership, service to the accounting profession, and national development. Educated at Trinity College, Kandy, he was offered admission to the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Peradeniya in 1965. However, he chose to pursue chartered accountancy, demonstrating early resolve and clarity of purpose. He served his articles at Cecil Arasakura and Company, qualified as a chartered accountant in 1970, and began his professional journey at Turken & Young before venturing abroad in 1972. His international career began with Indeco Limited in Zambia, followed by a long, impactful tenure at Coopers & Lybrand in Botswana. Rising through the ranks, he became a partner in 1982 and was appointed senior partner in 1997. In 1998, he led the merger of Coopers & Lybrand and Pricewaterhouse, becoming the founding senior partner of PricewaterhouseCoopers in Botswana. His leadership helped shape the firm's regional presence, and he served on the governing board of PwC Southern Africa. He also held the prestigious position of president of the Botswana Institute of Accountants. His commitment to professional development extended to Sri Lanka, where he initiated recruitment missions that brought over 350 Sri Lankan accountants to Botswana. These professionals not only contributed to the firm's success, but also mentored Botswana trainees, fostering cross-cultural knowledge transfer and capacity building. In 2008, he transitioned from corporate leadership to public service, accepting an appointment in the office of the President of Botswana. He was later appointed Director General of the National Strategy Office in 2010, reporting directly to His Excellency the President. He concluded his public service in 2019. That same year, he was appointed Chairman of the Board of Choppies Group of Companies. Under his guidance, the group experienced a notable turnaround, reflecting his strategic acumen and governance expertise. His contributions to national institutions include serving on the boards of Reserve Bank of Botswana, Botswana Insurance Holdings, and as the first chairman of the Botswana Export Development and Investment Authority. He is also a founding member of the University of Botswana Foundation and the Mokalaji Wildlife Foundation. His environmental advocacy led to the creation of Serendip Mokalaji African Elephant Project, which brought Sri Lankan mohawks to Botswana for conservation and education initiatives. In recognition of his lifelong service, Rotary International honored him with the Paul Harris Fellowship and a Rotary Centennial Award for professional excellence and dedication to the ideal of service above self. In recognition of the significant contribution made by him towards development of the accounting profession and the business world, the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka hereby inducts Don Komare Utumdunna Korea to the Hall of Fame in year 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the first recipient of the Hall of Fame, the first inductee, Mr. Don Kumare Utumdunda Korea is currently overseas. We warmly invite his beloved brother, Mr. Deva Korea, and his beloved sister, Ms. Ronmali Amrasekara, to graciously accept his prestigious honor on his. Mr. Deva Korea and Ms. Ronmali Amarsekara, beloved siblings of Mr. Don Kumarai Uttumdura Korea, to accept this prestigious honor on his behalf. Give it for the first inductee of the evening to Hall of Fame, Mr. Don Kumarai Uttumdura Korea. Presenting the Hall of Fame in recognition of his outstanding contributions and enduring legacy. Beloved siblings of Mr. Don Kumarai Uttumdura Korea. And we'd like to call upon once again Mr. Arjuna Herath to continue with the recitation of the citations.
Our second inductee to the Hall of Fame 2025. She has had a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades. Is characterized by an unwavering dedication to professional excellence and a profound commitment to community upliftment. A fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka and an alumnus of Ladies College, Colombo, she began her career in 1965 at M.N. Sambamurthy and Company, now known as Creston, Sri Lanka, where she completed her mandatory period of articles. She qualified as a chartered accountant in 1971 and was admitted as a partner of the firm in 1974. In April 2008, she assumed the role of managing partner of Creston, Sri Lanka, and continued in this capacity until her retirement in March 2022. Throughout her career, she has provided audit and assurance services and tax advisory services with a range of clients, including quoted companies, private limited liability companies, and partnerships across various sectors. Her expertise and leadership have been instrumental in shaping the firm's reputation and service excellence. She also contributed significantly to the profession through her involvement with key institutions. She served as a member of the council, including for the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, the Association of Accounting Technicians of Sri Lanka, and the University of Sri Jawadhanapura. Additionally, she was actively engaged in several committees of CA Sri Lanka and other institutions. Beyond her professional achievement, she demonstrated a strong commitment to social service. She held the position of Secretary, Treasurer, and the President of Soroptimal International Colombo, a global service organization of professional women. And under her leadership, the organization undertook impactful projects such as providing safe drinking water, food, and early childhood education. Notably, a building was constructed at Timirigaswawa, Habarana, to support preschool education. She also spearheaded initiatives such as health camps and sports meets and facilitated the distribution of Braille slates to blind children in approximately 75% of Sri Lanka's blind schools. Her other roles, including serving as president of the Mercantile Amateur Athletic Association in the netball section, treasurer of the Board of Control of Netball, and treasurer of the Ladies College All Girls Association, is noteworthy. In recognition of the significant contribution made by her towards the development of the accounting profession, the business world and society, the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka hereby inducts Josita Shirani De Silva into the Hall of Fame in the year 2025.
We warmly welcome on stage our Hall of Fame inductee, Ms. Yoshita Shirani De Silva, as we present to her this accolade in recognition of her outstanding contributions and enduring legacy. Let's hear applause of Ms. Yoshita Shirani De Silva. And with that, it's back to Mr. Arjuna Hera.
Our third inductee to the Hall of Fame 2025 is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka and one of the nation's most distinguished global professionals. He holds the distinction of being the highest-ranking Sri Lankan to have served in several leadership positions at the World Bank Group. His career, which began at Cecil Arasavuratna and Company, where he articled, reflects a lifelong commitment to professional excellence, visionary leadership, and the advancement of governance, accounting, and technology-driven development. He is a former Vice President and Chief Information Officer of the World Bank, spearheading a comprehensive transformation of the institution's enterprise systems, global telecommunication, and video conferencing networks. His pioneering work is documented in the Harvard Business School case study, Enabling Business Strategy with IT at the World Bank, now considered a seminal teaching reference. Among his notable contributions was his leadership of Lanka, one of the bank's largest IT-based development initiatives, which became a model for digital transformation in developing nations. During his tenure as senior country officer for Sudan, he coordinated a major multi-million-dollar food reconstruction initiative, one of the country's largest post-disaster recovery efforts. Prior to his tenure at the World Bank, he served as advisor to President Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia and as financial director of Zimco, Zambia's largest state-owned conglomerate comprising over 100 enterprises. In his role, he was instrumental in building local capacity in accounting, internal audit, and management reporting within sector previously dominated by expatriates. He also served as advisor on state enterprise reform and secretary to the Special Economic Unit for negotiations with IMF and the World Bank. In Sri Lanka, his early career included roles with Haley's Group and advisory work with Ministry of Finance on plantation sector privatization. He later served as an independent director on the boards of John Keys Holdings and Dialog Axiata, contributing to governance excellence. Beyond his executive roles, he has been a strategic management consultant and director of several international foundations, including World Links and the Development Gateway. His global thought leadership was highlighted when he delivered a keynote address at Microsoft's Government Leaders Forum alongside Bill Gates. He's an alumnus of Trinity College, Kandy, where he was awarded the prestigious Wright Gold Medal. In recognition of the significant contribution made by him towards the development of the accounting profession and the business world, the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka hereby inducts M.V. Mushin to the Hall of Fame in the year 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Mohammad Wazir Mushin is also overseas, we warmly invite Mr. Vivendra Lintotavela, the former chairman of the John Gills Holdings, to graciously accept this prestigious honor on his behalf. Lintotavela, the former chairman of John Gills Holdings, graciously accepting the prestigious Hall of Fame on behalf of Mr. Mohammad Wazir Mushin. Everyone, give it for the third Hall of Fame inductee of the evening, Mr. Mohammad Wazir Mushin.
Our fourth inductee to the Hall of Fame 2025 has rendered exemplary service to the professional and corporate sectors of Sri Lanka, demonstrating leadership, integrity, and a commitment to institutional development. His association with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka spans several decades, beginning with his tenure as a council member for 6 years. He subsequently served as vice president and then president of the Institute, during which time he chaired numerous committees and played a pivotal role in shaping its strategic direction. One of his most notable achievements during his presidency was the establishment of the Faculty of Taxation, a landmark initiative that significantly enhanced the Institute's academic and professional offerings. Even after completing his term as president, he continued to support the Institute in various capacities, including as a member of the Audit Committee, reflecting his enduring commitment to the profession. Beyond the Institute, he has contributed to national governance and education. He was a member of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, where he helped oversee regulatory frameworks for capital markets. His involvement extends to academia as well, serving on the Board of Management of the Postgraduate Institute of Management at the University of Sri Jawadanapura and the Governing Council of the National Institute of Business Management. His leadership was also evident in the broader professional community as he served as Treasurer and Vice President of the Organization of Professional Associations of Sri Lanka, an umbrella body representing multiple professional disciplines, and his contributions helped strengthen the interprofessional collaboration and advocacy. In the sphere of education, he was a member of the Board of Governors of the St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia. His career is equally distinguished. He held senior leadership roles in numerous companies and state-owned enterprises. Notably, he served as a director of Sampath Bank PLC for over 16 years and as Senior Independent Director of Pan Asia Bank PLC from 2014 to 2022. He was also Deputy Chairman of Siapatha Finance PLC and a subsidiary of Sampath Bank. He is the proprietor of Asia Pacific Investment Private Limited, a privately owned enterprise focused on capital market activities and strategic investment initiatives. His career is a testament to his dedication to professional excellence, public service, and corporate leadership. His legacy continues to inspire future generations of professionals in Sri Lanka. In recognition of the significant contribution made by him towards the development of the accounting profession and the business world, the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka hereby inducts Mohan Asoka Abenayaka to the Hall of Fame in the year 2025.
Welcome on stage our Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Mohan Asoka Abenayaka, to recognize him for his outstanding contributions and enduring legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. Mr. Mohan Asoka Abenayaka.
Congratulations, Mr. Mohan Asoka Abenayaka. Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, we are ready to present the Lifetime Award. The Lifetime Achievement Award is one of the highest honors bestowed by the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Sri Lanka. It recognizes an eminent member whose remarkable career has been defined by unwavering integrity, visionary leadership, and lifetime of service to the accounting profession, the Institute, and the nation. The prestigious accolade celebrates not only professional excellence, but also the enduring legacy of mentorship, ethics, and contribution that continues to inspire generations of chartered accountants. Tonight, we pay tribute to an individual whose dedication and accomplishments have left an indelible mark on our profession and on Sri Lanka's corporate landscape. Once again, we'd like to call upon Mr. Arjuna Herath to recite the citation of the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award.
I have the honor of reading the citation for CS Sri Lanka Lifetime Achievement Award 2025. This gentleman is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. He commenced his distinguished career with the Singer Group in 1973 as an accountant and ascended the role of chairman in 1985, a position he held with distinction until his retirement in 2015. During his tenure, Singer was ranked among LMD's top 20 companies for 20 consecutive years and was recognized by AC Nielsen as both the most powerful and the most popular brand. In 1995, he served as regional area manager overseeing human resources development, and later as senior regional vice president, he managed the retail operations across diverse portfolio of countries, including Australia, Singapore, the Middle East, Indonesia, South Africa, New Zealand, and South India. In 2002-2003, he also chaired the policy-making business caucus of the Global Business Council. Known for his inclusive leadership, he closed hierarchical gaps, avoided celebrity status, and fostered a strong work ethic. His commitment to developing people ensured Singer's continued success beyond his tenure. His leadership was recognized through prestigious honors, including his presidency of CIM Sri Lanka, the Retail Leadership Award, Visionary Leader title from CIM UK, and the Global Singer Lifetime Award, reflecting his lasting impact on marketing and business. Despite his demanding schedule, he remained actively engaged with CS Sri Lanka, contributing as a paper writer and session chairman at annual conferences. His public service includes membership of the Presidential Task Force for Science and Technology and chairing the Southern Province Industrial Service Committee until 2023. He is a past chairman of the Employers Federation of Ceylon, served the Securities and Exchange Commission, and was a member of the Presidential Task Force on Company Law. In the financial sector, he held key leadership roles as chairman of both National Development Bank and Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation during critical phases of their growth. A school sportsman, he played cricket and earned rugby colours. As chairman of Sri Lanka Cricket in 2002-2003, he founded the Cricket Academy, and led the team to win the ICC Championship Trophy. The ICC honored him for outstanding service. He also supported iCare for underprivileged communities and consistently brought dedication, skill, and integrity to all his professional and social endeavors. This honor is bestowed on Mr. Hemaka Amarasuriya as a fitting tribute in recognition of the exemplary contribution he has made towards the profession, the business world, and society. Mr. Amarasuriya, you are hereby awarded the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award by the Council of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lifetime Achievement Award. May I invite you all to please rise as we honor our recipient, Mr. Hemaka Amarasuriya, receiving CA Sri Lanka Lifetime Achievement Award for 2025 in recognition of his outstanding contributions and enduring legacy to the profession, corporate world, and society. A resounding round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hemaka Amarasuriya, CA Sri Lanka Lifetime Achievement Award for 2025. Congratulations, Mr. Hemaka Amarasuriya, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arjuna Herath. Would like to request the other dignitaries to remain on stage. Can we have Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, President, CS Sri Lanka, Mr. Tishan Subasinghe, Vice President, CS Sri Lanka, Ms. Lakmali Priyangika, Chief Executive Officer, CS Sri Lanka, remain on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to our sponsors who have graciously contributed to our event and helped make it a success. We'd like to begin by recognizing our platinum sponsors. And as we read out the names of our sponsors, we'd like to invite representatives from the organization to please join us on stage and accept a token of our heartfelt gratitude.
And we're going to start off with our platinum sponsors from the world of Hales. Please welcome Hales PLC, Ms. Pramila Linage, Deputy Group Chief Financial Officer.
Platinum sponsor, Hales PLC. Our next platinum sponsor is John Keels Holdings PLC. We'd like to invite Mr. Kalpa Munasinghe, Financial Controller, Assistant Vice President, to please join us on stage and accept a token of our gratitude. John Keels Holdings PLC, platinum sponsor.
Next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Sampath Bank PLC, Mr. Ajanta Divas Gunasekara, Executive Director, Chief Financial Officer, and Ms. Charita Jayavikrama, Chief Internal Auditor.
Sampath Bank PLC. Our next platinum sponsor, Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation. We'd like to invite Mrs. Shriyani Kulasinghe, Chief Financial Officer, Sri Lanka Insurance Life, to please join us on stage. Let's put our hands together for Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, our platinum sponsor.
Insurance Corporation Limited. Next, we have Toyota Lanka Private Limited, and we have representing Toyota Lanka Private Limited, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Manohara Athukorala, and Mr. Gayan Karunaratna, Chief Financial Officer.
Lanka Private Limited, our platinum sponsor. We say a big thank you to them. And at this stage, we would then like to also say thank you to Mr. Heshina Kurupu and Mr. Dishan Subasingha. Thank you, sirs, for joining us. We'd like to, of course, invite our CEO to remain on stage. We'd like to also invite on stage Mr. Chamara Aberatna, the Chairman of the National Conference Committee, and Mr. Ashen Jayasekara, Alternate Chairman, National Conference Committee, to please join us on stage as we recognize the rest of our sponsors.
Right, first to be recognized, ladies and gentlemen, we have the healthcare partner. Please welcome from Navaloka Hospitals PLC, Mr. M. Teja V. De Silva, Group Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. T.M.S. Sampath Tendukun, Chief Financial Officer.
Start off with AIA Insurance Lanka Limited. We'd like to invite Mr. Samira Madhushan, Financial Controller, Assistant General Manager, and Ms. Tanuja Sudhasingha, Head of Financial Accounting and Reporting, to please join us representing AIA Insurance Lanka Limited, our gold sponsor. Let's put our hands together for our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. AIA Insurance Lanka Limited. We have the Citizens Development Business Finance PLC. Please welcome Mr. Chomat Siriwaldara, Senior Assistant General Manager, Finance.
This is Citizens Development Business Finance PLC, our gold sponsor. Our next gold sponsor, Selinco Life Insurance Limited. We'd like to invite Mr. Palitha Jayawardena, Senior Executive Director, Chief Financial Officer, to please join us representing Selinco Life Insurance Limited.
Suranga Cabrera, Deputy Chief Financial Officer of Selinco Life as well, to join the dignitaries in receiving this token of appreciation. Right, next we have the Colombo International Container Terminals Limited. We have Miss Catriona Jayasundara, Chief Commercial Officer, along with Mr. Don Jayawardena, General Manager Finance, receiving the token of appreciation from Colombo International Container Terminals Limited.
Next up, we say thank you to our gold sponsor, Damro. We'd like to invite Mr. Nalika Gunathilaka, Group Chief Executive Officer, to please join us on stage and accept a token of our appreciation for being our gold sponsor, Damro.
We have Insure Me Insurance Brokers Private Limited. We have the Chief Executive Officer Director, Mr. Vipula Dharmapala, along with Director, Mr. Indika Prematunga, receiving this token of appreciation. Insure Me Insurance Brokers Private Limited.
Lanka Porcelain Private Limited. I'd like to invite Ms. Sujata Egodogedera, Director General Manager, to please join us as we say a big thank you to Noritake Lanka Porcelain Private Limited.
Prime Residencies. Can we have Mr. Anura Patirage, Director of Finance, along with Mr. Viraj Jayasekar, Group Chief Financial Officer, to receive this token of appreciation. Prime Residencies.
South Asia Gateway Terminals Private Limited. We'd like to invite Mr. Betmage Lakshman Sanjeeva Pereira, Manager Finance, Mr. Sandun Chintana Kanpanamge, Deputy General Manager Finance, to please join us on stage representing South Asia Gateway Terminals Private Limited.
SAGT. Next, we are ready to recognize SoftLogic Life Insurance PLC, Mr. Nuwan Vithanage, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Dumindu Senarat, Head of Finance, to receive the token of appreciation.
SoftLogic Life Insurance PLC, our gold sponsor. We then move on to Sunshine Holdings PLC. We'd like to invite Mr. Eranga Ilangasinghe, Sector Financial Controller, Healthcare Sector, to join us on stage representing Sunshine Holdings PLC.
Thank you very much, Sunshine Holdings PLC. Next, we have Unilever PLC. We'd like to call upon Ms. Gayani Surendra, Financial Controller, Unilever Sri Lanka Limited, along with Ms. Nirosha Damdania, Tax Business Partner, Unilever Sri Lanka Limited.
That's Unilever PLC. A big thank you to you for being our gold sponsor. As they join us on stage, our next gold sponsor is Union Assurance PLC. We'd like to invite Ms. Himani Veerasekara, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Ruan Rodrigo, Financial Controller, to join us up representing Union Assurance PLC.
Assurance PLC. Up next, we are ready to recognize our silver sponsors. And we're going to start off with Sea Line Holdings Private Limited. We're going to call upon the Group Managing Director, Mr. Chatura Lagindu, Mr. Roshain Vijayasinghe, Group Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Vimal Vimalratna, Head of Risk, Control and Governance, to come up on stage to receive this token of appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, Sea Line Holdings Private Limited.
Recognition of silver sponsors. Our next silver sponsor, C.W. Mackey PLC. We'd like to invite on stage Mr. Lalit Yativella, Chief Financial Officer, to please join us up representing C.W. Mackey PLC.
Mackey PLC. Next, LB Finance PLC, Ms. Deshika Yatabara, Assistant General Manager, to receive the token of appreciation.
Our silver sponsor, our next silver sponsor, People's Leasing and Finance PLC. We'd like to invite Mr. Sanjeeva Bandaranayaka, Chief Executive Officer, General Manager, and Mr. Udesh Gunawardana, Chief Operating Officer, to please join us representing People's Leasing and Finance PLC, our silver sponsor. From People's Leasing and Finance PLC in the audience. People's Leasing and Finance PLC.
Right, seems they're not here, so we're going to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have the bronze sponsors been recognized. We're going to start off with Expo Lanka Holdings PLC, and we have Mrs. G. Shamreen Asen, General Manager Finance, to receive this token.
Aberdeen Holdings. We'd like to invite Mr. Anushka De Silva, Group Chief Financial Officer, Aberdeen Holdings, to join us up as we recognize Fitzair as our bronze sponsor.
Thank you very much, Fitzair, Aberdeen Holdings. Next, we have Lanka IOC, Mr. K.A.N. Prabhu, Vice President, Finance, to receive the token of appreciation.
Lanka IOC, our bronze sponsor. Mr. Darryl Joseph Paiva, Senior Manager of Finance, representing Ceylon Bank PLC, our bronze sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, one final sponsor to be recognized. We have the print media partner, Vijay Newspapers Limited. We'd like to call upon General Manager Finance, Mr. Sumedha Mendis.
Sponsors for our national conference, ladies and gentlemen. We say a big thank you to each of them for their invaluable collaboration and contribution towards this fantastic event. With that, we say thank you very much to everybody on stage. Our dignitaries can feel free to take their seats.
So as we draw to the close of the formal proceedings, it's time to recognize the contributions being made by so many individuals, teams and organizations who have contributed towards the grand success of this evening's gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to call upon the alternate chair of the National Conference Committee. Please welcome Mr. Ashin Jayasekara to propose the vote of thanks.
The chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, Chief Executive Officer of Minor Hotels and the Group CEO of Minor International, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, the President of CA Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, Vice President Tishan Subasinghe, members of the Council, past presidents, Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Lakmali Priyankika, the Chairman of the National Conference Committee, Mr. Chamara Aberatna, the Chairman of the Conference Technical Committee, Dr. Wasaba Jayasekara, members of the committees, distinguished invitees, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As we conclude the ceremonial inauguration of the 46th National Conference, on behalf of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, it is my privilege and honor to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, we extend our deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Dilip Rajakarya, for gracing this evening. As a Sri Lankan who has risen to prominence on the global stage, your presence here today is both an inspiration and a testament to our theme, Uprise. You embody the message that Sri Lankans can reach beyond boundaries and succeed internationally. We are also grateful to the ambassadors and high commissioners and members of the diplomatic community who have joined us this evening. Your presence adds immense value, and we deeply appreciate your continued engagement with our profession and country. Our heartfelt thanks goes to our President, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, whose vision and leadership continue to elevate and inspire the profession, and to our Vice President Tishan Subasinghe, whose steady guidance and support have been integral in shaping the success of this conference. A very special note of gratitude goes to the Chairman of the main conference committee, Mr. Chamara Aberatna, and the Chairman of the Conference Technical Committee, Dr. Wasaba Jayasekara. Gentlemen, your leadership, together with the dedication of your committee members, has been the backbone of this event. The planning, structure, and rich technical sessions you have crafted will undoubtedly inspire and empower all participants. You have ensured that this event will serve as a powerful platform for chartered accountants to rise and thrive. We also extend our appreciation to the members of the Council and to our CEO Lakmali and the Secretariat team, whose hard work and commitment for the past 6 months have been vital in bringing this event to life. Let me also acknowledge our esteemed speakers and panelists, whose collective contribution over the next 2 days will transform this conference into a platform of meaningful dialogue and learning. We also wish to acknowledge with thanks our sponsors and partners, whose generous support has been essential in making this conference possible. And to our host venue, the Monarch Imperial, for extending warm hospitality and excellent service. Our sincere appreciation also goes out to the compeers this evening, Dushan and Trishma. You have steered this inauguration with professionalism and energy, and will surely keep the proceedings tomorrow and the day after engaging and seamless. And finally, to our delegates, over 2,500 chartered accountants, professionals and leaders, some of whom have gathered here today. Your commitment to learning, connecting, and rising together gives true meaning to this event. As we conclude this inauguration, let us all embrace the spirit of uprise, to rise to new opportunities and to rise beyond challenges. Let us rise together for our profession and country. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome ever so scintillating Umara with ever so vibrant dancers of Channa Upali Dancing Foundation.
The app will recognize your facial features and link you to all your event photographs from today.
We will have this QR code displayed throughout, so don't worry, even during the fellowship time, you can do so. And at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, around 10 o'clock, in another 1 hour's time, we'll be having a very special business card draw. So, with our members from the musical band, when they kick off the dance floor, when you are having your moves on the dance floor, make sure that you all find the correct place to drop your business card, so that you will be entitled for a very special business card draw where there'll be some amazing prizes and surprises await you, starting with return air tickets to hotel stays and many more. So make sure that you all drop your business card at the correct place, but not on the floor itself, right? So find the correct place.
Well, I hope you've scanned this QR code, because we're now moving into another very important QR code. So a second QR code will be on screen. This is for our participants of the conference to download your digital tags for registration if you've not already done so. Each of you who are participating in the conference tomorrow have a digital tag, and it's very important that you have it downloaded. So if you've not already downloaded your digital tag for registration, please do so using the QR code on screen.
And at the same time, so before you head off, a quick reminder about tomorrow. Tomorrow sharp at 8:30 in the morning, we'll be starting our technical sessions. And please make sure that you all take your respective seats sharp at 8:25. Tomorrow we're going to have a record-breaking number of more than 2,100 delegates for the very first time in the history of CS Sri Lanka will be attending the technical sessions tomorrow. So make sure that you all find your correct spot sharp at 8:25 for us to start these sessions at 8:30. So thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We also encourage everyone to plan and consider ahead, especially about carpooling and your transportation well ahead, or other transport measures to help ease the morning traffic tomorrow morning. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care. Good night.
For over 1 years, we've boldly pursued the question, what lies ahead? Every day we answer with the spirit of pioneers. Today, as Sri Lanka's largest, most diversified conglomerate and global corporate inspiration, our portfolio of leadership businesses breathes life into new possibilities. Drawing upon the heritage of compassion and inclusivity, uniting people, technology, and nature in seamless harmony, championing our nation's economic prosperity, and helping solve some of the world's toughest challenges as a force for good. Enriching lives and shaping a future teeming with potential for generations to come. As Sri Lanka's most awarded conglomerate, we forge ahead strengthened by our greatest asset, our people, living our purpose to inspire an inclusive world and a thriving planet. Together as one, we are the world of Haleys.
සම්පත් කුලේ අපි වැව්දිය මතු